Hi, welcome everyone to this expert forum. I'm just going to give a minute a minute or two to see how people are joining, and then we will start. Numbers are still growing, which is great. Hi, Tarek. All right, I think let's get going. So again, welcome everybody to this expert forum, in which we're going to be talking about innovative partnerships to advance health insurance. And we have a fantastic lineup of speakers for you today. And I will be introducing each of them in turn. Before I get to introduce them, I just thought I would start out with a few housekeeping items while other people are joining as well. So today's expert forum is scheduled to last for 1 hour. This will include the Q&A. We also have a wonderful translator who will be helping with interpretation into Spanish. So if you are a Spanish speaker and would like to listen to this webinar in Spanish, please go to the interpretation icon at the bottom or the top of your screen and click on it and choose the language that you prefer. Also, please, if you can send your questions, as the speakers are speaking, you might have some questions. Please don't put these in the chat. Please rather put them in the Q&A feature. And we will aim to address these questions. If they're leftover questions, we'll get to you by email. And also just to let you know that the slides of this presentation will be circulated later. All right, so again, people are still joining, so I'm going to carry on with my welcome. And just to let you know a little bit about the Microinsurance Network's best practice group. So there are a couple. This one is specifically to do with health insurance, improving health outcomes. And together with Khalid, who's also one of our speakers today, we chair this group. It's a fantastic group of people. On the slide, you can see some of the existing members that are part of this group. So if you are interested in joining the Microinsurance Network Best Practice Group on Health, then there will be some instructions that will come to you in the email after this webinar. And we invite you to get in touch with the Microinsurance Network and join this group. This year, just to let you know what we've been up to, we've been looking at the availability of value-added health services and innovative partnerships. For the value-added services, we are actually currently working on a publication which gives a refreshed overview of the different value-added services that you might find with health inclusive insurance. And this is very important because, as I'm sure many of you know, to make inclusive insurance tangible, having a value-added service such as telemedicine can be quite powerful. So with that introduction, I would like to introduce our first speaker. So our first speaker is Nonso Apuram. And he joins us today from Nigeria. So let me tell you a little bit about Nonso. Nonso is the founder and chief growth officer of Soso Care. He is a social entrepreneur with an obsession on excellent ways to bridge poor healthcare and financing, something we share in common. In 2018, he founded Jaracare Innovation, which is a digital platform that improves access to healthcare through telemedicine. And this was selected as one of the 7 startups from Africa by the University of Basel in Switzerland in 2018. And in 2019, he founded SosoCare, which is a low-cost health insurance program which aims to solve health inequality in Nigeria, where over 90% of the 200 million people do not have adequate access to health cover. Just before Nonso begins, I'd like to say that we focused on Nigeria and Bangladesh today. Of course, both countries do have public healthcare systems that are somewhat challenged, but here what we're talking about is, the innovations that are complementary to the system. So, Nonso, I am going to share your slides and I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you, Lisa. Hi everyone, it's great to be here. Do you want to turn the slides for me or you want me to turn the
I
slides?
will turn the slides. It's good.
Okay, great.
Do you
Thank you
see your
again.
slides?
Absolutely, I see
Good.
my
All
slides.
right.
But I think it would be great to watch the video before I can go through the slides. Okay, this okay. Let me go through the slides, then after we can talk about it.
Okay.
Maybe whichever one that works great. So it's great to connect again. My name is Nonso, and I'm from Nigeria. I think we see ourselves as the country that has more Black people than any other people on planet Earth. It means we are more populated, we have population numbers, and we also have younger sizes. Our youth level numbers are high. Even with the energy and the growth, the young population, ability to do things, there are, with optimism and growth on the economic side, there are also small problems. Nigeria is a country that has 210 million people, the most populated country in Africa. But we have one problem, which is very huge and catastrophic. Significant amount of our population are uninsured and have to finance healthcare out of pocket. Now, the problem is not that people are so poor that they cannot afford healthcare. One problem is that sometimes they have money, but they don't just trust that insurance actually works. And because millions of people are uninsured and have to pay for healthcare out of pocket, it means younger children have to die because of inability to finance healthcare. Mothers will have to lose their life while trying to give birth to children, and horrible stories that I cannot even talk about. I've heard a horrible story of a mother watching her child gasping for air because she could not afford as little as $7 to buy oxygen. These are horrible stories because there are gaps in healthcare financing, and people are faced with catastrophic healthcare financing plans because medical needs are not things that we anticipate that they can come. And when they come, we should be prepared for finance them. Next slide. So it's not just healthcare problem. There's a massive, significant issue with healthcare. 210 million people, over 90% of us have to finance healthcare out of pocket. uh, you know, Poverty means if someone who earns less than $1 a day is confronted with to pay finance appendectomy, he's likely going to die because there are no set aside income to finance that. So there's a significant problem with healthcare on the one side. There's another big problem, which is pollution. Pollution is somehow similar to healthcare problem because both of them are public health concerns. You know, Nigeria generates about 30 million tons of waste every year and about 20 billion plastics. And the sad part is that only less than 10% of these are collected and recycled. There are no strong incentive or systems that can enable people to recycle. And because people don't recycle, plastic, turn around, clogging waterways, drainage systems, which somehow turn to breeding ground for mosquito. Mosquito is a strong vector for malaria that affects a significant amount of people. So it's like a vicious cycle of public health here, because of environmental pollution, public health is created. And on the other side, people cannot finance their healthcare needs. So we see that these are two problems. And we believe that in the midst of these two problems, they also offer significant economic opportunities. Recently, IFC has made investment of over $20 million across recycling facilities between Nigeria and Ghana. So it means there are opportunities around the industry. As a company, we thought of, next slide, please. So we thought of how best can we use one stone to kill two birds, and how best can we leverage the power of technology and partnerships to make insurance simple, affordable, as well as bring trust to people who have never used insurance before in their lives. So we launched SoSoCare as a simple technology that works in simple USSD, whether you don't even have internet, with a partnership of over 1,000 agents across cities where we collect recyclables as payment. We call it pay as you like. You have the ability to finance insurance premium using the listing that you generate in your home. Now, the great part is that 90% of things we consume in our home could be recycled. So that means it gives you opportunity to exchange what you have generated in your home as a means to finance healthcare, even finance malaria across your nearest pharmacy, which is close to your home. This way, we are improving healthcare access. Other side, we're also ensuring environmental sustainability. The question has always been, what is the sustainability and the magic of how you combine all of this? It's pretty simple. So we aggregate these recyclables, we sell them to big recycling companies across Europe. So from the proceed we generate, we call it health fund. This health fund, we use it to finance healthcare. So it's more like a micro insurance plan. So our APIs, our technology is linked to big insurance companies who underwrite the risk for us. We collectively design the risk. So by making insurance quite simple for people to understand, not too many documentation, legal processes, we try to make it simple. Very simple. We explain it. 30, 40 bottles for a cover of malaria, 30, 40 bottles to treat a child against cough and this thing. So it's easy for people with basic level of education to understand what they can get by using insurance. The best part, you've got nothing to lose. It's trash. Trash means you're not paying any money. And it's also like there's a direct human touch because you are dealing with agents who are best located in your community. Walk small distance, less than 100 meters, exchanges recyclables, and in 5 minutes, you have a cover. Next slide. So this is a typical agent in a community who aggregates this waste. So initially, we didn't see that we are unlocking economic opportunity for this agent until we did a survey with World Bank. So we realized that we are not only providing healthcare access, we're also creating economic opportunity for women. In their community, they have small mom and pop shop, they are trusted, and by allowing people to also come there in exchange for, exchanging their bottles for embedded insurance or getting some return back cash, they can get insurance. So it means that these people trust them in their community. If anything goes wrong, these people can go back to hold them. It creates that, we remove that trust barrier around insurance and putting a direct human face to the product. Next slide. So it's pretty simple. These women collect their recyclables. It's not just plastics. We collect anything that could be recycled. It could even be your shoe brakes, even your shoes that you don't wear. We collect these things. Then the agents use their different scale, weigh them, know the actual kg. If you want money or you want insurance, they get you insured. So next slide. So it's pretty simple. We piloted earlier with mobile apps, and we realized that a significant amount of people were excluded, which are people in the informal sector. Nigeria has over 100 million people in the informal sector who practically they're still facing digital divide and who see internet as luxury. So we have to find a way to make insurance not just simple, but also inclusive. That was when we launched a simple technology. By dialing a couple of numbers, you're able to see prompt that best serves you. If you have money, you can get a cover for $1 or $2. But if you don't have money, you can find the nearest agent close to you and exchange your household waste in return for insurance. Most times we also get asked, do people have to go out their home to pick recycling for insurance? That has not been our mission. Our mission is to terminate recycling from source before it even gets to the environment. Because somehow you must generate waste in your everyday life. So most of this waste could be recycled to provide insurance for you. Next slide. So it's pretty simple. When the agent, once you dial the code and in 3-4 minutes or so, you get a cover. You get a simple number on your phone as an SMS. Now you can use it to go to the nearest pharmacy or hospital to be able to access care when you want and how you want. So this is our collection team. They make sure that the recyclables are aggregated and sold to big companies in the Western and in Europe who use this recycling for fiber materials. Next slide. So it's very simple. We also try to improve the experience of customers because one thing is selling insurance to people. Other thing is making sure that there is a strong claim process. So it's pretty simple. When you want to make a claim, all you need to do is to, we have a internal medical system that makes sure that you call before you get to the pharmacy or the hospital, care is approved. So you don't have to wait hours to access care. It makes the experience great. It makes people excited about the ability to get access to quality healthcare and also importantly create trust. Next slide. So this is like the magic that happens end to end. This is like the women in the community who are able to collect different recyclables from their community. The technology is there. The aggregators pick them up. Then there are trucks that export them. Now people can have access to simple medical care at the nearest pharmacy, which is close to them. What it does is that healthcare is accessible and also affordable, which are the two components of things that you want for people to be able to ensure inclusive partnerships. Next slide. And one important thing that we have been able to notice around this is that the magic is that for us, what we realized when we did a survey was that, a significant amount of people who paid cash, if they don't use the plan, they find it difficult to renew the policy when it expires. They come back to tell you, I didn't use this, so why should I renew? We've had similar cases like that. But when people pay with recyclables, whether they use it or they don't use it, renewal rate is very high compared to churn with cash because you generate waste. So by default, you find yourself constantly renewing those plans. And again, we have seen strong partnership with nearly 300 hotels in different cities. It doesn't cost hotels a lot of money. They could use the recycling they generate in their hotels to provide insurance for their, to find strong waste management plan as well as ensure inclusion for themselves and for the environment. We've done it with state governments where we partner with government to provide insurance for a significant amount of people to be able to have insurance. Over time, I think about 2-3 years ago, we are serving about 5,000 people. Now we've hit over 75,000. By next year, through a partnership we are doing with a big brand, we are looking to get to 250,000 people before the end of this year. So we are excited about it, where some places our work has been recognized as Innovation of the Year by African Rare, and around the world where our work has been recognized. Next slide. So join us in our mission to change how people see insurance, how people see recycling, importantly, as not just a means to keep the environment clean, but as a hedge against financial risk on unplanned medical need. Because nobody actually wakes up in the morning, go to the internet to want to pay for insurance, mostly if you've not used it before. And the great part for us is that 90% of our customers are people who actually buy insurance for the first time in their lives, experiencing policies, and we have also seen them come back to renew it because of great experience. A lot of these things we're able to put it together because of feedbacks. Me being a salesperson, trying to sell insurance myself, struggling to convince people to buy insurance because of trust. That was when we brought the whole idea together. It took me time to be able to convince a few people that actually they need insurance. For a lot of them, insurance actually was expensive loss. Either they are not buying it or they see it like something they practically don't need. But giving them the alternative to finance it with recycling changed the entire process for them. We did it as a pilot, and in 6 weeks we had more women giving me plastic than I could ever imagine. But the interesting thing was that when we launched it, we did it. We were able to, in a couple of weeks, most of the users were giving us feedbacks that we never thought was possible because we didn't understand. We didn't have a proper or clear view of the impact of healthcare and economic development. For us, it was just about selling policies. But we didn't really understand that people were watching their loved ones die on simple cases that $10 could finance, making tough decisions. I have seen a woman make tough decisions on cough syrup. A baby had to be starved so that the other child she can be able to afford cough syrup for the other child. Those are tougher decisions that people have to go through every day just to make sure that they can finance healthcare. There are public healthcare systems, but most times they're overwhelming. They're overwhelmed, and people are looking for something that's faster and quicker to be able to get quality healthcare. I will share a slide video we did with BBC a couple of years ago. It's about a woman in her mid-30s, and she just lost her husband on a simple case of appendectomy, which actually insurance could have been able to, such lives, their mortality could be prevented if they had access to something as simple as quality insurance. So I think I can share the video. Lisa, maybe I can share from my end, or you want to share?
You can go for it, share from your end. Just remember to share the sound.
Okay.
Should see we can't hear the sound.
Where do I share the sound?
Okay. I mean, actually, Azia is there with your video as well. So maybe, Azia, let's maybe if you can share your screen and then and the video with sound.
Okay, maybe I can pause it. This I say I can share from his end.
Okay, so Min
Is
is
that okay?
yeah, Azia is going to share your video
Okay.
with the sound, hopefully.
See a doctor.
Okay, so from the beginning and big screen. All right, thank you.
Jerome Nguto had trouble with a persistent stomach ache, but like many Nigerians, he did not have enough money to see a doctor. Then he heard about a novel idea to get health insurance, collect waste material, and trade it for cover. The scheme is run by So Care. Participants trade in waste products which are sold to local recycling firms or exported. In return, they receive access to health insurance. In Ngucho's case, he traded in a used car battery and plastic waste for a health insurance card that enabled him to see a doctor and get treated. Delivering a single-use battery to So Care will earn access to health care for 1 year. 6 pounds of scrap metal or 11 pounds of plastic waste can provide a month of cover. Here is Sosocare's founder, Nonso Oporom.
So we thought of how can we use one problem, which is plastic that pollute the environment, to solve another problem, which is access to quality healthcare. Then we created Sosoke as a way for millions of people to finance their healthcare, whether they have cash or they don't have cash. That way they can bring in recyclables.
Only 3% of Nigerians have health insurance, according to research firm Statistica. Most of those are government workers covered under the National Health Insurance Scheme. Government health facilities are affordable to many Nigerians, but they are poorly equipped, lacking drugs, equipment, and staff. Government officials did not respond to Reuters' request for comment on Care scheme. So far, 7,500 families are covered under Care's insurance scheme. It currently operates in 4 cities, but is set to expand next year. Oporom says the target is now to reach half of Nigeria's population after 5 years.
We've seen utilization and people willing to take up the plan, because you're not asking them for money, you're asking for alternative way of financing healthcare. So for them, we've grown significantly based on word of mouth and referral, because people who pick up the policy with trash tend to refer family and friends.
Oporom also added that the firm has received inquiries from other African and Asian countries to replicate the project.
So Nansa, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. So I think that was the other video. I was thinking I would share the one with BBC, but it's great actually. So in summary, I think the whole idea about what we've been trying to do is to change how millions of people. For us, it's about behavior change and establishing trust gaps. Using significant partnerships with big insurance companies who underwrite the risk for us. When we launched operation, we were only in a small city in Nigeria, but we've been scaled across different cities in Nigeria. We've also had like multiple people reach out to us, which are from other African countries, and so because we realized that there are a couple of things that we do, and collecting the recycling, the entire end-to-end process, it means that we figured how do we make the solution light asset so that it's easy to take it to somewhere in the city in Mumbai or take it to in Kenya or different cities. That was why we had to rework our model to make it franchise model so it's easy for us to scale. We've been able to sell 2 franchises in Ghana and in Uganda. So they allow more people to buy up our solution. So the whole idea was not for us to do that. We had multiple people reach out to us asking me, come to Ghana, come to South Africa, come to Namibia. We just can't replicate in all of these cities. So we have to make it easier for people to buy a franchise, our end-to-end solution, so that for them it's easy. It's more like a plug and play that they can replicate in their countries. So it's been our mission to change how people see insurance, how people view insurance, and how people can actually experience insurance. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nanso. It's really just such a clever, innovative idea to go for these, as you said, to try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I mean, it's not only good for the environment, and it's also good for healthcare. So it's just a really excellent idea, and I think an idea that can definitely be scaled up. So again, to everyone, I hope you found that interesting. And if you have any questions for Nonso, please do put them in the Q&A, and we can get to them after our second speaker. So yeah, if you want to find the Q&A, it's at the bottom of the screen, and you can just click on it and add your question. So now we are going to move from Nigeria with Nonso to Khalid in Bangladesh. And I am going to share Khalid's slides. So if you just give me a moment, they should be coming up now. So I am going to introduce Khalid, who is also my co-chair of the Health Best Practice Group, which is for the Microinsurance Network. But Khalid is also the Associate Director and Chief Marketing Officer at Wada Insure in Bangladesh. He is a seasoned microinsurance and insurtech leader with the expertise of advancing inclusive insurance solutions across emerging markets. So Khalid has played a pivotal role in designing, scaling, and managing technology-driven insurance initiatives that have reached more than 20 million underserved individuals, delivering protection across life, health, and non-life risk categories through partnerships with international development organizations and insurers in the public and private sectors. As an associate director and chief marketing officer at Wada Insure, he leads strategic innovation, digital transformation, and partnership development. He has launched multiple insurtech platforms, including customer and sales application and integrated partner portals, enabling streamlined underwriting, enrollment, and other functions. These ideas, we believe, can be replicated globally. So like Nonso and myself, Khalid is passionate about advocating and promoting inclusive insurance worldwide. So Khalid, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Thank you, Lisa. And good evening, good night, good morning, and good afternoon, based on the time zone around the world. And thank you all for your presence. And as Lisa said, this is Khalid, Associate Director and Chief Marketing Officer of Wada Insure Bangladesh. Next, please. So, Wada Insure is an insurtech company that started its journey from 2021 in Bangladesh, and it's a part of one of the largest group here in Bangladesh, MG's Group, which is headquartered in Singapore. So this initiative has been started with the mission to extend the innovative and customized health insurance solution with the integrated modern technology available anywhere and anytime. And the vision is to be one of the global leaders in insurtech solutions. So the plan of extending this solution beyond Bangladesh, and obviously making a financial safety shield for the unanticipated risk of life, health, and assets. So altogether, Wada is on his verse to ensure the financial protection from the unanticipated challenges. Next, please. So the solution, what is offering, is quite diversified. We offer health, travel, device, life, credit shield, motor insurance, property insurance, corporate solutions, saving shield, cattle. So this wide range of products and solutions is being offered with the partnership of multiple and diverse industries. So next, please. So these are the business model of WADA. We, in the back end, having a partnership with life insurer, health tech service providers, network hospitals, and non-life insurers. And with these integration, we ensure our solution to B2C, B2B, and B2B2C customer group. And we ensure digitalized enrollment journey, digital payment, query management, digital claim submission, and digital claim settlement. Of course, 24/7 call center support for ensuring the transparency and efficiency of the operation. Next, please. So these are the diverse platform that has been developed and being served in the community with the customer app, sales app, um, customer web, B2B portal, and insurer portal. These are the complete ecosystem. Because here in Bangladesh, insurance has been is under a negative perception, and for quite a long time, we are trying to ensure the positive impression of the insurance with the integrated solutions, because transparency, convenience, and efficiency is the key. So this integrated solution has ensured the end-to-end support to customer, to service provider, and we are here ensuring the transparent and efficient service modality. Next slide, please. So we want to start sharing about the initiative approach for ensuring the health insurance advancement. Let's have a snapshot of Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is a country with 180 million plus population, and the insurance penetration is less than 1%. And the out-of-pocket health expense is 72%. So we can find that since the insurance penetration is low, people need to spend out-of-pocket expense in the higher level. But in Bangladesh, the health system is quite developed. The public healthcare system and the private healthcare system is supporting the large number of population. But since the number is high, sometimes the public access to public healthcare facility become challenging due to rush, and obviously the private sector, of course, having the higher cost for ensuring health expenses. So to create an integrated solution and making the insurance solution inclusive from upper class to the deprived community of the society, WADA has shared some diversified approach and with innovative partnership and ensuring the health insurance solutions for all. This journey has been started from the last 5 years. Next slide, please. So here I'd like to share four innovative case study of ensuring the access to health financing journey of WADA Insure. So first of all, the journey with the partnership of INGO and NGO for ensuring the health insurance facility for the sanitation workers. So this is a very interesting initiative that we have taken so far. In the partnership with the partnership of WaterAid, especially deals with the water hygiene and sanitation. The sanitation workers are generally deprived from a number of facilities due to their economic hardship. So WADA, in partnership with WaterAid, try to co-create a solution that ensure their access to healthcare and alternative health financing through insurance. So we took a wonderful initiative of developing the product that would be offered for them. So we went slam to slam with our insurance with our WaterAid partner, and trying to identify their expenses pattern. So we found that yes, some of them use battle leaf and some take cigarette or something like this. So we trying to identify their expenditure pattern and requested to save one cost of one battle leaf or one cigarette, and this is kind of 1 cent per day. So in the 360 days, they have a very tiny amount of savings, and based on their savings, we designed the pricing structure, and based on the pricing structure, we designed the coverage pattern. But that was pretty interesting, and that ensure the access to this community to health insurance facility. Simultaneously, we had partnership with R&D factories to ensure the micro health insurance facility for the R&D workers. Traditionally, Bangladesh is predominantly health insurance has been offered to corporates that has been subsidized from the organizations. We ensure the flawless journey within this initiative with minimizing the premium cost, along with ensuring the transparency of claim journey through our digital platform. Another interesting journey was introduced 3 years back with the partnership of a ride-sharing company. So, especially the drivers are, in general, in Bangladesh, are the deprived community. Their financial status is not too high in comparison to other professionals or different service pattern. So they generally don't have the access to health financing, especially the insurance. So within this ride-sharing partnership, we ensure their access, along with the access to healthcare with the passengers during their journey of within during their movement in the road. So this ensures the cumulative approach of ensuring inclusive insurance from top to toe, from corporate to the sanitation workers and other community. So if we share the benefit pattern, that would be much more interesting. So altogether, in the sanitation worker, we covered 35,000 Western sanitation workers with diverse safety coverage, including the life coverage, hospital cash coverage, access to 300 network hospital countrywide with around 10 to 40% of health discount, along with the health card, and 24/7 telemedicine. But the beauty is that this telemedicine not only limited to only doctor consultation with the insured, rather the whole family is covered with this telemedicine facility. And specialist doctor facility is also available 5 days a week with pre-registered services. And another beauty is that this facility is available for the feature phone users also, who don't have access to the smartphone and internet. But those who have the access to internet, he or she can have the direct video call, so that they get connected with the doctors and share their problem. Accordingly, doctor can serve them accordingly. So in this partnership, WaterAid, Sweden Search, along with a number of MFIs and NGOs was involved. And these integrated partnership ensured lowering the price and ensured the access of this marginalized community in insurance, especially the health insurance. Next, please. So, with the support of Switch Contact and MetLife Foundation, the journey with serving the R&D workers was facilitated. And here, along with the health insurance coverage, outpatient coverage is also involved here, along with the accidental indemnity, because especially in R&D sectors, accidental issue is a very common one. So ensuring the safety shield of their of the workers, along with their financial safety shield of their families, accidental coverage was introduced. Next, please. So around 50,000 corporate employees was covered so far, along with full-fledged health insurance, and this is the premium one here in Bangladesh. They can have the access of top-notch hospital along with a certain limit. They can have the access to IPD, OPD, accidental coverage, along with the health discount facility countrywide. Next, please. So with the partnership of the ride sharing community through app, the OVA is one of the leading ride sharing facility provider in Bangladesh, like Uber. So with this integration, when any passenger start their ride with the app, their health insurance coverage is automatically activated, and that would last till this, especially the daycare coverage, and from the starting of the ride to 11 59 p.m. is the total range. So anyone can start from any point of time of the day, and they will be covered for the whole day. And along with the passenger, the driver and the driver is also covered. So this ensures the alternative safety shield of the riders and passengers. And when any casualty occurs during the ride, immediately they can have the coverage within the network hospital, along with the service center available within this area. So these are the 4 initiatives based on which we've been able to cover more than 1 million subscribers in the last 5 years. So what impact that ensured this partnership modality? Obviously, reducing the cost, because in the water aid initiative, the cost was 10 times lower than the actual underwriting price. This innovative entities and the innovative partnership ensures the access of these marginalized community to the mainstream health insurance services. High customer retention for sure ensured, since the partnership ensured the connectivity within this ecosystem. So retention is higher, especially in the marginalized community, in the sanitation workers or the R&D workers. The penetration, the retention was much more higher than that of others community. Reaction, fraud, and leakage for sure, since that is a digitized journey. So fraud and leakage is much more lower, and the partner act as a safeguard of these innovative initiatives. Wider distribution reach, yes, since with the regular service and distribution modality, it's not possible for the insurer to reach to the last mile, but this partnership ensures their presence in this ecosystem. Improved claim turnover. So since the ecosystem is digitized, and along with the partner should place the responsibility to ensure the claims payout. So with these integrated services, claim payout and turnaround rate has been higher. Better healthcare access for sure, since the larger community has been introduced to the healthcare system with the partnership. So there is a negotiations with better negotiation, the healthcare access can be ensured. So these are the initiatives based on which we are ensuring the access of all, especially top to toe, the marginalized community to the privileged community in the healthcare system, and trying to reduce the out-of-pocket expenses. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Khaled. That was another really interesting presentation showing a number of different models. I mean, I think most of the people who've joined today will know about inclusive health insurance, but maybe haven't seen these particular formulations of how it's been arranged. So we now have about 15 minutes left. So this is your opportunity to ask questions to our fabulous speakers. And I have a couple already in the Q&A, so I'm going to start with those. So the first one comes from Pranav, and it's to Nonso. He says, great idea and implementation. Congratulations. How do you create awareness for this scheme? So your So-So scheme in Nigeria, who undertakes this awareness creation activity? So Nonso, over to you.
So,
There we go.
thank you very much for the question. I think the whole idea about insurance has always been the power of awareness and communication. If we miss to drive the importance of awareness, and awareness cannot exist when you talk about innovative ways of distributing insurance or partnership without talking about awareness on trust. Because where trust does not exist, you cannot sell insurance because it's a service, and trying to sell this service to an informal person is even harder because this person have multiple competition against their limited earnings, like their small money. So you need to make sure that the communication is clear, is short, and is simple. And importantly, is built 100% around trust. We use different communication channels to acquire customers. We use normal reinforcement like radio adverts, digital channels, social media to acquire our customers. But importantly, we cannot do much without our agents. We have over 1,000 agents who are spread across communities. They know their customer, they know the people in their host communities, they trust them because they've lived over time. Trust is there. So it's easy for me to walk to Lisa and say, hey, Lisa, if you exchange your plastics with me, I can give you a chance. So if anything go wrong, I can easily go to Lisa because I know her. So that, but what we do with other media channels is to reinforce the awareness that Lisa is trying to create already for her community. But significantly, our awareness is built double down by agents, irrespective of the work we do. So we invest a lot in training the agents so they understand the product, they communicate the product. But for B2B partnerships that we do, for corporate clients that also reach out to us on digital channels, we try to link them to the nearest agent next to them. So we use different communication strategy to make sure that we acquire customers and we retain them. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Nonso. So the second question is also for you. So this comes from Diana. She says, very insightful. I would be interested to know how the franchise model would work for anywhere else other than Nigeria. So how does it work to set up the franchise?
Oh, thank you again, Liz. I think coincidentally, without even having Khalid on call, some years ago, we had got some couple of support from government of Bangladesh. Then they were asking we come replicate in Bangladesh. And it was not just Bangladesh. We also had I think when we launched operation, 3 weeks after we launched operation, we had the biggest recycling company in Europe, one of the biggest actually, reach out to us. But the founder, they called him chairman, is originally from India. I think they're based in Belgium. So they have reached out to us to establish operations in India. We had practically no knowledge of how to replicate a business culture, people's way of life and behavior. So over time, we get different mails from different people asking that we do that. So we cannot physically, because there is multiple channels. There are recycling, there are physical products. You need to make sure all these things are right. And again, there are significant economic opportunity in recycling. So that means if you launch today, that's easy for you to build return on investment. Unit economics of recycling is right than the micro insurance product. So what we did was to make sure we've created market for the recycling. It's easy for you to launch today. That we've created a market access for you. Because for us, we launched, then the next problem is how do we sell the recycling? So we've taken the entire end-to-end headache from our franchisees. All you need to do is once you buy the franchise from us, if the recycling is, we guide you on everything you need. If the recycling is right, we help you to sell it to Europe and we pay directly into your wallet in your country, wherever you are. We've done it in Ghana. We also tried to set it up in Uganda, as well as to exploit other countries across Africa. So we work with big insurance companies which have global presence in different countries. So it's easy for us to link APIs in this on the insurance companies to get you set up pretty fast. And we also have on our app, we've made it simple for our franchisees to learn everything about insurance. We try to make it simple for them to launch operation, what they need, recycling process they need, so that within a short space of time, they can get into business and their return on investment can actually be guaranteed. And we do that for a small fraction of franchise. I don't know if that answers the question.
That does indeed. Thank you. So just also to say, Nonso, we will be sharing the links to the two videos when we email everybody after this. So, if you want to watch the video again or the second one, you'll have the link to those. Right. So the next question is for you, Khaled. So this looks like potentially one of your colleagues. He would like, or she would like to know, how do you balance flexibility with regulation in the case of health insurance business? So,
For the last 10 years, insurance digitization is being a positive notion here in Bangladesh, especially with the integration of multiple stakes along with the regulators. So, in 2023, the InsurTech Regulation Sandbox guideline was introduced, and before that, all insurance company was guided, and the insurance company had the opportunity to develop alternative distribution channel as a separate wing within the regular operations, and just sharing the application to the regulator that this particular initiative would be under the pilot initiatives within the 3 years maturity mortality. So within this scope, it was okay for every insurance company and insurtech company along with the health tech service providers to get engaged in insurance innovation initiatives. But after the InsurTech regulation framework introduced, this has been up the scope within the regulation that every InsurTech company or any InsurTech company have the modality or the permission to ensure the inclusive business model in partnership with the insurance company and reaching the solution to the last mile. So right now, regulation is supportive here in Bangladesh to take any types of innovative initiatives regarding the insurance. If anything doesn't align with the existing regulation, then the insurance company along with the insurtech company may apply to or inform the insurance regulator, IDRA here in Bangladesh, for take the initiative as a pilot project. So in this way, regulating is getting supportive for the insurance innovative initiatives.
Thank you, Khaled. And we have another question or two for you. So the next one comes from Turek. He says, "Hi, Khaled Bhai. It's indeed a very interesting model. Love it. How was the claims ratio of a buy model? Do you have anything you can share with us on that?"
Sure. Especially with health, with road safety net program that's been introduced a few years back, and taking precautions during driving, the level or the range of accident is been reduced significantly, especially the ride-sharing service providers, because within their KPI, it's the prerequisite that they will ensure the safe journey to their passengers. So accident within this community is much more lower. So when accident appears, automatically they are entitled for receiving this coverage. So in the last year, or I can have the report shared to you of the year 2024 and 2025 so far. Around 15 to 20 casualty occurs, and when they applied for their insurance claim, and they were entertained accordingly.
Great. So just to say, we have about 5 minutes left, and we probably have time for another question just beyond the last one from Pranav. So if you have a burning question, this is your moment to put it in the Q&A. So Khaled, just continuing, Pranav has the same question for you about spreading awareness and building trust for insurance among the sanitation workers. So he wants to know, how do you spread awareness amongst this group or the RMG workers? And he also would like to know, are the NGOs such as WaterAid incentivized for this activity?
the partnership with WaterAid was a wonderful experience for us, and especially WaterAid in this initiative, they didn't subsidize a single penny for the insurance premium. Rather, they have supported us to create the ecosystem. So since it was a partner-based modality, so in this partnership, WaterAid, along with the local government, the city corporation, the municipalities, along with the local service providers or the local partner of WaterAid, especially the NGOs, within this tri-party initiative of the front line, in the back with the insurtech company and the insurance company. All together, we took the initiative for ensuring the awareness within this community. So local government supported us to ensure the access to the slums. The NGOs who are the partners of WaterAid, they had wash project within this community. So it was a service within the service modality. So within one service, this awareness was created additionally. So that also helped us to reduce the premium at least 10 times lower, because the distribution channel was also supported by the local NGOs who and the representative of the local NGOs who are working within this community. So they have the regular basis communication within this community, and when they have the discussion in other issues, they can have a discussion with the insurance penetration and insurance journey. And it's a revenue sharing modality when anyone is onboarded. So that particular person, the representative of the NGOs, they are having a percentage of commission. So they are also interested to distribute. So they are engaged in multi-role model. They have their own operation of wash, and this is additionally. So in case of WaterAid, these are the service support. And the beauty is that this model was published in WaterAid Global Journal, and that was distributed to around 440 operating countries of WaterAid. Two of the country has adopted this model. One is Cambodia, another is Nepal. So this is the information we received from WaterAid. And if we consider the awareness program in case in R&D sectors, that was also funded by the Switzerland government along with the Maitland Foundation. But in this case, there was a budget for awareness building, and we took initiative of this awareness building along with the free health checkup, so that these two instruments connected them within this initiative. But in this case, there wasn't any premium subsidy from these initiatives. Each penny was contributed from the RMG factories and workers altogether.
Great, thank you, Khaled. So we've actually reached almost the end of our hour. Just before we say goodbye, Nonso and Khaled, I would like to ask you both a question. So in this line of work, in your work that you've been doing with SOSO and WADA, what has been the thing that has surprised you most working in this field, setting up these partnerships, or just generally, has there been something that has stood out for you as just something that has surprised you the most? So I know that's putting you on the spot a bit, but Nonso, is there something that you can think of?
Yeah, I think for me, it's about the ability to bring in. I think when we did monetary and evaluation, one thing that stood out for us was we realized that almost 90% of users were actually buying insurance for the first time in their lives. And again, one other thing is that 70 to 80% of them were actually recycling for the first time in their life. And they're not only recycling, the question we also asked them was, have they improved in their recycling? Some moved from once in a year to doing it weekly. So it was quite insightful for us. So it's something that really inspires us every day that we go to work.
That's brilliant. I mean, these are just such positive nudges in both directions. And Khaled, something anecdotal that surprised you the most during this work?
So this WaterAid project surprised me a lot, because people within this financial hardship, they paid voluntarily for this particular health insurance premium, because after 1 year we had a pause for 3 months for redesigning and replanning for the next years. But within this particular duration, when we started again, we got the feedback from the local NGO partners. So why did you stop it for the last for the 3 months? Because the community is extremely interested and they are ready to pay for the particular services. That encouraged me and our team a lot, because when we connect the solution with the problem, actually penetration is just a matter of time. So this encouraged us to take the new initiatives, because insurance, not only here in Bangladesh, all over the world, product with the negative perception due to a number of reasons, because this is a commitment which might be occurred in future. So for this reason, we're just having our initiative from the Health BVG of identifying the value-added services. What could be created or what could be offered that create interest for the person who are not getting anything throughout the year, unless otherwise he's going to hospital or just visiting a doctor. So what else? So these positive impression create a positive encouragement for us to move forward.
Right. Thank you, Khaled. So that shows that there is a clear demand and a clear need, and that what you're doing is adding value. So that's great. So thank you, everybody who stayed to the hour. And we will definitely be sending around the slides. We hope that you enjoyed that. You should get a feedback survey. Please fill it in. And I wish you all well. Enjoy the rest of your day, your evening. And yeah, we'll hopefully see you back again for another expert forum in 2026. Thanks, everybody, and goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.